What's going on, world? DJ Iron Chef with hopefully one of many tutorial videos and intro videos I'll be giving you for characters in Marvel Rivals. We'll go ahead and start off with my main, my favorite, my boy, Jeff the Land Shark. Now, I like playing as healers. I like playing support. Nothing wrong with that. And opinions can be objective or they can be based on facts and numbers. I haven't done a lot of rank play, but I've seen a lot of footage. And I know that, no, Jeff the Land Shark isn't S tier. He's not A tier. I'd say he's solid B. He might not be the best. He might not be the most reliable. But if you know how to use him, he can help your team in a lot of ways. So let's look at his weaknesses according to the wiki. And I don't believe this hasn't been updated for season 1, but that's all right. It lists Hawkeye. I've had to deal with him sniping from the back. Penny Parker, her nest is absolutely ridiculous if you get close because you're on the ground with little to no height. Star-Lord and Punisher both can put in a lot of work, especially if they're busting their ult out. Iron Fist, Black Panther, if they're diving in the back, you got to keep your eyes open. But Jeff does have some good strengths about him. Very mobile, small hitbox, heals while he's running, so you can top yourself off fairly quickly. You can use his bubbles to heal allies and yourself. The bubbles have a healing boost where if you pop it on somebody or yourself, you regen more health as you are healing at a faster rate. And those bubbles do splash, so you can heal multiple targets, and it increases their movement speed. There's a lot of good stuff about him, a lot of stuff to like. He can be paired with Luna Snow and Groot, but I wouldn't be running with a tank directly on his shoulders while he's taking damage. His main healing, Joyful Splash, was buffed to 150 heals per second in season 1, and everything else pretty much remains the same minus the hitbox on his ultimate. Not to mention, when you're paired with Luna Snow, you can do a lot more damage while slowing your enemies at the same time. All right, so let's take a look at an escort mission we did on here and see how things went.
I'm gonna go harass her.
Now, when a match starts, I tend to stick with a friendly, either a tank or a DPS.
Penny can heal herself, remember?
One rule I like to have is to always be spraying. Make sure you're reloading often too. You don't want to get caught with low ammo.
Who suppose think she is?
But if they're taking damage while you're healing at the same time, it's going to get negated fairly quickly. Now, what do I mean by this? Notice how I have a friendly out there that needs help and one in front of me? Should I chase the guy who's out of my line of sight, not knowing what's with him to heal him, when I have a whole team here, and risk getting killed in the process with him? Or should I stay with the bulk of my team, let that person die, and keep healing the bulk of my team who are on point? Remember, tanks are your friends. Stay by one when possible, keep them alive, and keep pushing your objective.
Out of every woman that
Don't forget how good your bubbles are. Watch how quick I can heal here. Watch Penny's health. That's at half speed. Your bubble meter down there regenerates over time. Currently I have 3. I'll spit 2, 3 back here on Bucky. 1 pops. Now I got 1 for myself.
Now bleed.
One thing you want to make sure you do is heal before you use your ult. Now you do heal while running away. As you can see, I'm recovering. But if I'm near a bunch of enemies and I'm at low health, then I get 1 tap and it's a complete waste. One thing you can keep in mind too is something like using your ult to force someone to use their ult. And it goes with any character. Like how Manus just had to use their ult to heal themselves, but they used it away from their team.
That's hilarious.
Whether intentional or not, it's strategy. And one thing people not playing as Jeff need to understand, if you see these bubbles grab these bubbles. I know you might be in the fray and whatnot, but they're there to help you. They're there to heal you. Don't let them just sit there.
I'm going to poach you, Jeff.
I'll
Sure
pick it
you are.
myself.
Sure you are.
All right, now let's check out a little bit of positioning you can do. Now, Jeff can walk up walls. A lot of people can. But keeping that in mind in the fray of battle will keep you alive. Running up walls to get out of harm's way, etc., etc. Or something
Are you
like
able
this.
to, like,
I had
shoot
no
out the
idea
window up
there was a window up here.
Nah.
I really didn't.
Spider-Man.
But there is, and you can see who's on the outside before they come and bomb you on this map. So keep that in mind. On the other side, where they're coming from, that top alleyway where the doors are is a decent spot to start as Jeff, because you can heal the whole team from the back. And this is a better spot when you're pushing. You can heal from inside, rarely if it ever get touched. You can see your whole team if they need assistance and pop out to heal them and come right back in for full health. Very
That's right.
sneaky
Step on my mines
and
and
very
die.
efficient. Now, as you'll see here, I'm in a fairly safe spot healing from the back. I can see the whole field. Everything seems cool. I see Star-Lord getting low, but something just came from the back, and lo and behold, it's Spider-Man. So we're gonna bubble to the ground, dive into the ground, pop the bubbles. We're at full with the boost, mobility boost, regeneration boost, and we're alive. Spider-Man has to leave because he didn't get the kill.
I got him.
You get knocked in the air. Oh, more bubbles. Look at that. Half speed. Here he comes. Knocks me into the air. I bubble in the air. It pops on him. I get the heal.
But it hits the fucking Hawkeye.
If you've got all 6, 5, 4 even, sure. But your team needs you. You're no good dead, like I said earlier. Pay attention. You see this gold box around my health? That means I can't be hit by crowd control.
No, I wasn't.
See it on him?
Fucking off.
He can't be hit by crowd control.
I'm sorry, but
Which
I
means
wasn't.
you can't be stunned. You can't be hit by certain attacks.
Sucks you didn't get nobody.
Nice try, bud. About that thing.
Tired of the brute walls.
One thing that still to this day is hard for me to accept, that there is no perfect game. No matter what it is. Case in point, you tell me how on my screen, as you just saw me die, you tell me how I died from a headshot. You hear the ding? You hear the ding?
Oh my god.
Is using your ult and taking the enemy into
Spider-Man
a
behind
corner.
us.
If you can't find a ledge, will do you justice. It may disorient them and you can get the drop on them. Even better if your team has enough awareness to realize that you have a bunch of enemies and to focus on you. One thing you'll find with using Jeff is his ult can sometimes be buggy on the edge of the hitbox. You'll either get caught or completely miss. It doesn't happen too often, but there are a few ults you can get hit with and completely heal through it if you're lucky. Spider-Man's ult, Venom's ult, which doesn't do a lot of damage as is.
I'm broke. I ain't gonna hold you.
Richard's ult doesn't do enough damage. And I believe, as you've seen in the last clip, Jeff's ult only does 100. It's really not that good
Good
for
shit.
DPS. It's really not.
If you hit this ult, we're fucked. Good job. Good shit.
Now, as great as it is to look at your stats and your points and be like, oh, I got big numbers, which is great. Remember, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is a win. Don't focus on your numbers during the match and say, oh, I'm doing this. How come you're not doing this? If you're playing your role and you're doing it good, just focus on yourself.
Mine were aft because
You'll have
those
bad
were the
teams.
toughest motherfuckers alive.
Unless you've got 6 good friends or 5 or 6 good friends you know that are just that good playing this
Me
game.
too.
Now let's talk about trying to capture point on a couple matches. Clearly, you are the healer, or a healer, but you will get in a couple fights. make sure you pick them wisely. Don't chase the enemy down to their back line trying to get a kill as Jeff, because you'll get destroyed. Make sure you stay close to your team. Remember, your primary objective is to keep people alive. Do damage, that's secondary. If you can help pick up some kills with people, great. If not, keep your team alive so they can do it for you. Now, there's a lot of synergy in these walls that Miss Invisible puts up. Mrs. Invisible. Unlimited healing until they're broken. The bubble shield she can drop. That's just universal for everybody. But 2 healers, and one being her and another being anybody for that matter. Great synergy. Now, even though they say Jeff gets a passive of reduced headshot damage, it really doesn't feel like it. 50% doesn't feel like 50% when most of the damage you take is in your face and it's a headshot. Now, if it was like 80%, Jeff might be A tier. Maybe. Maybe. Now, knowing when and how to use the ult, like we were talking earlier, is important. Wait for their healer to finish what they're doing and remove the healer from the match. Dodge down to avoid the Eye of Agamotto. Immediately heal and counterattack on Dr. Strange. One thing you may not know, if you look at the top of the screen, you can see the figures as we move in and out of the circle appearing. The more there are, up to 4, the faster that percentage goes to take the point. So if you want to have a little bit of a speed boost, have one person in there. You want to get it done quicker, try to close down at the end of the match. Put your whole team there, 4 of them. But try not to have all 4 members there at all times, or you'll probably get rolled over if no one's doing any pushing.
Everyone willing to help? Feeling fantastic.
I'll patch you up. Taking an arrow for a souvenir. Hey, idiots! Turn around!
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
We got 3 bubbles down low, and from the side we get ambushed here. We heal with 1. Heal the rest of the team after Panther's ult goes off, and it basically did nothing. Bubble spam is not really advised unless you keep it to just 2 for yourself. If you got all 6 and you see your team grouped up and them health bars start dropping, pump them all with bubbles. Bubble them up. Not only will they get the splash from it being around them, the AoE, but they will recover more health faster. Once you run out of bubbles, close the whole team down and they'll be back to full in no time. Especially if you have another support with you. Now let's see what we can do with Luna Snow. I love it when I got her on my team because that means I can start doing damage. Jeff can stuff holes. He is an actual hole stuffer when he has the ice ability. When he ices up, any group of enemies coming through one direction will just stop because the AoE splash damage is a threat. One thing you got to keep in mind when you have Luna Snow on your team is to check that cooldown because it's not in your normal toolkit. Once you make it a thing of checking it and popping it as often as you can, your DPS will go up, your kills will go up, and your viability as a Jeff main will go up. They'll start putting some respect on your name. Let's say that. Now, I may not have used this in the perfect situation, but I did grab a semi-tank and Doctor Strange. I knew for a fact there's no way I'm going to get them to the edge, so I tried to at least remove them from the area as best I could. Here we ice up, start attacking Richard with it, push him back because he don't want to die. He got the health down there, but right in front of us, there's some more people to heal. As he comes back into the fray, they get healed thinking that he's going to get an advantage. He gets dropped. Groot and Luna Snow are over there. I'm healing from across the range while they're both engaging on a target and still staying on point. Strange portal.
A nice deep freeze.
The portal gets dealt with.
You captured more than half of the mission area.
Stretchy Boy's still alive, but we're iced up. He thinks he's got us. He's in a whole nother reality. You got Luna Snow though. That's unfortunate. This section here was just for fun. I wanted to see how many times we could just keep jumping up and down this hole fighting each other. And when Groot joined in, I'm like, oh well, yeah, it's GG on it. Pro tip: don't let Loki's illusions or the Moon Knight onks lay around. Just don't do that. We got Doctor Strange up here. Nobody likes to deal with him, but we're gonna put some pressure on him. Get him to do something. Our Groot's over there trying to wall him off. He got knocked out. We move back over here to where our boys are getting attacked. Heal them up with bubbles. Spray on top of it to increase the rate of heal. And that's GG. That is GG. I know I'm not the best in the world. I don't want to be the best in the world. I'm just trying to show you how I use Jeff and how I maximize him. I need a little bit better aim. Maybe you got better aim than me. But I do pull a lot of MVPs. I'm not playing in ranked. I'm not playing in competitive. I'm just trying to have fun. And if you're trying to have fun and you like this video, we're trying to have fun with Jeff and enjoy him, hit the like button, subscribe if you want. I appreciate it. And keep on being Sharky. I'll see you in the next video. Hit us up on the Discord, hit us up on Twitch. Yeah, and I will see you in the next game. Chef out.